I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what
The
I
Masks.
once bought, 'cause somebody stole my car radio and now
Starting
I
out
just
as
sit in silence.
a local band, you know, it's always fun to say that. But there was a lot that we learned from playing small shows in front of hardly anybody. We realized that, one, it's very difficult to get shows as a local band. You know, if you email 100 promoters and 100 bars and clubs, you'll get maybe one response. So when you have that opportunity to play live, especially when you first start out, you have to figure out, how do I make sure that no one, forgets this? How do I capture an audience who maybe doesn't care about us at all? And it was always our goal to try to get the bartender or the people who worked at the venue to stop working and look up at the stage for just a moment at least. And you have to do some things that catches their attention. And as much as the masks and the outfits and stuff were kind of just an attention grabber, it also kind of represented this idea of, I know we're two guys that get up on stage, and it's a very interesting thing to balance this idea of being a band that has faces that are represented by individuals on stage, but then also trying to create something that is a little more faceless, that can kind of represent a group of people or have people relate to it. And we've always felt like the more that we kind of present this project in a way that doesn't put our identities first, it will give people more opportunity to kind of latch on to what's being said and some of the content. And I think that mask, some of these masks that we wear, really represents that we're not trying to be completely faceless, because that's kind of impossible, because obviously right now we would be doing an interview with our masks on if that's what we were going for. That's a little unrealistic. But we are trying to create something that people can make their own.
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought, 'cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.